Welcome everybody to the Broken Ring Racing League. This is the GT3 Sprint Championship. And this is Season 12, Round 1 here at Watkins, Glen. Next week, the league will be racing at Sebring. We have over almost max capacity at 59 drivers that will be participating in today's race. And with that said, we have 9 minutes 26 seconds left on practice. We have 16 teams all biting for the championships that are out there. There is prizes to be announced with racing this for winning this league. Going back to a couple classics though. See if they're even on, but maybe they're not. Our league admins and one owner. Narwhal Racing Team of Noah Hoskinson and Joshua Grasso. Avalanche Racing Team of Tyler Kern and Kyle Howe. They are out there on track. Tyler Kern here for Avalanche Racing Team. Then we got Steve McAllister, who's out there, and he is P35 at the moment. Caffeine Global Motorsports with Craig Carroll, the league owner. Then we have 3 Draft Punk Racing that are out there. It's going to be quite something to see. We have Elliot Burton in Draft Punk Racing Gold and Trey Mistack, who is P1 right now in practice. And that's going to be going over to their teammates of Rodrigo Theory, who's P23 at the moment. And he's part of the Draft Punk Racing Silver team with Dylan Maroney. And then Jeff Lubitsch in P43 at the moment with Eric Koonsman in the Draft Punk Racing Bronze. And not to be outdone with that, we have another addition to this lineup, and that is Tyler Anderson and Cooper McCoy, the Dissidents. No racing team added at the end of that, but there they are. And that's one of them at least. And if I can find his team, where's this guy at? Jacob Simmons. Jacob Simmons and Chris Lambeth are part of the Bush's Baked Venus team. And they are competing in the team championship as well. But Chris Lambeth is not here with us today. Definitely an F in chat. Pax Oceani Silly Gooses of John Javecki and Alex Offen. Not to be outdone, that's 3 Draft Punk Racing teams and 3 Pax Oceani teams. That's Pax Oceani Ronnie and Clyde of JD Daniel and Christopher Daniel, both in the pit lane at this moment in time. And then their teammates of Eric Neville, who is out there. And he is part of the Pax Oceani Potato Pop. I'm not even sure what that means, but Eric Neville and Matthew Baldwin, part of that team. Then we have Understeer Anonymous with Matthew Wyckoff and Scott Weber. Yeah, I see Scott Weber's in the pit lane, and I'm not sure where Matthew Wyckoff is. Oh, there he is. Sporting a Understeer Valhalla Racing livery. That's not the team name for sure. Mixed nationality of Jeff Koffold and Austin McGill. And as you can see, Austin McGill is in the pit lane, but also right there in that that top spot there. Tyler Anderson going to P4 off his last attempt. Then we got the little lug nuts of Chris Chitterling. Ooh, looks like he's having a little swirly exit there. And that is just after the boot. And Charles Whedon is his teammate for Little Lugnuts. Well, there, I don't know if that's a... Oh, it says it right there on the back. And then BJ Raceworks. That's funny. This team is Joseph Kennedy and Blake Patterson. Blake Patterson in P49 at the moment. I'm not sure where his teammate is. Joseph Kennedy. I don't see any Kennedys on the board. And then the last team out of 16 that have signed up to race. No confirmations from several other teams that could be a part of this. Maybe they'll let us know after this. But Chris Stewart and Nicholas Mazza. Nicholas Mazza out there in P3 at the moment. With 4 minutes, 28 seconds left in practice. We'll go to qualifying for 10 minutes and then the race. 45-minute race. Here at Watkins Glen, a full house, basically. I mean, we're one shy of of this being actually capped off. So that one shy, leaving room for one driver possibly still being able to make it before this race starts. But 59 drivers here at Watkins Glen is going to be everything spicy and hopefully entertaining. Nicholas Mazza and Chris Stewart are part of SimCity Racing. That was the last of those. And also to point out, this purple pieces to their livery is indicating their class. So we have Nicholas Mazza in that Pro-Am, it's a Pro/Am category, the purple or pink group. And then if I go further down the lineup here, not that far down, there we got this guy here, Chaz Mazuko. He is in a blue livery with those light blue markings, and that's indicating that he's part of the AM class, And then if I go all the way up to the top, somewhere at the top, one of these drivers at the top, here we go, Trey Mistack in P1. That is the pro class, the orange highlights to that the wing, the sim motion part at the top of the windscreen there. That is indicating the pro class. So the orange, and then the purple or pink, I should say. It's pink. It's I think it's purple, but it's pink. And oh, what's going on here? Who's that? It's Justin Scott. Inside his fellow sister team. Justin Scott is the honorary member of this Draft Punk Racing, but it looks like he's trying to do untoward things to another driver. That's not that's not okay. We got 2 minutes left in practice. I'm tempted to keep it on this man. What is he doing? I don't expect much. Alright, we're going over. Trevor Bonesteel. He's in the pro class. Just mentioning, as you see other drivers, the tints to the liveries, these little highlights, are going to be the Pro-Am for that pink highlight accent to their car. That is going to be a new class and division. And they're all fighting for points within their division. They've somehow managed to make a split so that every driver is really fighting in their own, is getting points within their own classification. So we're going to see big numbers in scoreboards on every single race moving forward. So even if you're fighting in P43, that could be for P1 in your class. And the points will be divvied up in that manner. So it's experimental. There's 3 divisions: Pro, Orange, Pink is going to be the Pro/Am, is our, and then the Am class, which is the teal. And a teal might look like that: Brandon Burns, or Michael Charon. Kind of goes. It's a blue. It's a blue, like a light sky blue, but I guess teal, when you say that, looking at that guy's car, it's teal, and maybe I'm just wrong. It's teal on the standings things that I have on this sheet, this Google sheet. Light sky blue, yeah, but you know, I'm gonna blame this one on Andrew Korostecki, who put it as teal on the it looks teal on this spreadsheet. It's not on me. So as you can see, we have all drivers doing 143.246 is the fastest we got out of Trey Mistak. And that goes down all the way to P18. So if you can get a 143, you're going to be in the top 20 for sure. After that, the 144s is where we see people 144 all the way down from P19 to P, I think that was 38. So it is a big set of drivers all in the, just the gap is going to be so minimal for all these drivers. And we're going to see who goes out first. And it is Trey Mistak. I like this, the color so much I don't want to be promoted to the next class. Yes. We are on the same page, Snays. That's, we're definitely on the same page. With regards to Scotty, honorary member of Draft Punk Racing. And it is to be noted that this driver has almost accomplished a last to first in the last season. He was getting close. He had a mishap in the pits, I believe, that dropped him to have to re-enter the pits again for a second time. I think that was at Mount Panorama. But he has not qualified in 2 seasons now. The sandbags are off, and Trey Mistak is going to show us what qualifying looks like. He was killing it. And we'll go on board. Now that he's on the back straight here to the bus stop, the one thing I didn't get an answer from him is, did he do a qualifying lap in practice? I'm sure he did. He did set up the timing board, so it had to be a qualifying lap, but it could be scarier. What if he didn't, and that was just race pace? As it stands, he's predicted to do a faster lap by a full second than what he set in practice. Any indication, that is a scary time. Everyone else at this moment in time, even sectors behind him, are guaranteed to do roughly what they were doing in practice, but that is not the case for Trey Mistak, who is actually still predicted to do a full second faster, which is kind of scary considering there's only a couple corners left to go. And he is not off. It's going to put him provisional pole. He's the first driver across the line. Stack that up. Let's go over to JD Daniel. He's crossing the line. Where's this going to put him? That was a 143.386 out of Trey Mistak. And JD Daniel crosses to take P2. And Jacob Simmons just overtakes him for that position with the 43.517. And where can Giancarlo do? He's still in the second sector. Trey Mistak still holding up provisional pole. Nicholas Massa going to the 4th spot. John Javecki in 7th there. Austin McGill in 6th. Mark Foley putting it on the board. And Peter Flanner has not gone out yet. I'm not sure what that's about. He's a fast guy, and he has not set a time on the board. And Giancarlo has a couple corners to go. Now the penultimate corner. And what can he do with this one? As we have now 33 drivers have set a time on the board. And he crosses the line to take P3. Extremely fast out of that guy. Christopher Daniel also crossing the line. Where does he go? He goes to P14 off that. Even had a little bit of a tow from Michael Oceans. Alex Othman is about to finish his lap. He's got John Javecki behind him. Sister teammates here. Wait. No, they are the same team this time around. Sorry, they keep changing their team partnerships here. John Javecki and Alex Othman are the Pax Oceani Silly Gooses. And Alex Othman has not set a time on the board, even with that one there. So he's going to have to go again to get something down here. Chris Stewart going to P9 there, dropping down to P11. Eric Neville gets across the line. That Pax Oceani Potato Pop from him, and he's going to call it quits there. Nicholas Mazza in third. His teammate Chris Stewart dropping down to 12th at the moment in time. Tyler Anderson sets a new fastest lap for himself into P3. He goes, overtaking Nicholas Mazza there. Jacob Simmons is quicker on this lap, but is he going to be able to get a couple more tenths out of this? He needs about two tenths. You see, the actual gap is point. Actually, you guys can see it on the board. I'm not going to even say that. As Giancarlo Manetti Schliemann crosses the line and is going into the pit lane, goes to P2, splitting them by about a tenth. And that is a wide angle there, and that is going to be an off track for Jacob Simmons. This time is going to be deleted. And I'm sure we'll see him shortly as he composes himself for the next lap. See what he can do. Elliot Burton in the final sector here. He's got a lot of traffic ahead of him. It's Cooper McCoy and Ryan Bird. Ooh. The Dave Palmer? And he crosses the line. He is P8 right now, but is this going to be a better lap for him? He was about 2.2, 0.3 delta difference, but it doesn't look like... Did he have an off track? Doesn't look like it. No improvement there. So we'll have to go again. Tyler Anderson went into the pits and went back out. So this is going to be a new hot lap for him, as he has just gone around the track fully. We'll look to see if he can't do anything here. We have 47 drivers who have set times on the board. Eric Koonsman is out there. Oh, jeez. Oh, what? Oh, that was bizarre. Oh, God. And that is going to ruin anyone's chances there. I don't know if he has enough time. He's going to be slotted. That's unfortunate for Eric Koonsman. We have Noah Hoskinson, who's also out there, but he's on a hot lap at the moment, I would assume here. Steve McAllister. It's not set a time on the board, but here we go. He crosses the line. Is that a valid lap for him? Or maybe this is his valid lap and he's going for it. Okay, well, sure, we'll see shortly. Tyler Anderson, quite possible. He probably has to go again. Didn't improve on his last lap, possibly. It was a 143.981. There's no change there. Jacob Simmons does not change. Giancarlo needs about 1/10. Does he make it up here on Trey Mistak? I don't believe so. Trey Mistak going into the pit lane, aborting his lap, and he is still provisional pole. We got a couple more drivers out there. Eric Neville and JD Daniel are out there. That's Chaz Mizuko ahead. He is P46 at the moment, but is he going to be able to get something out of that? No, he does not. John Trafecki or JD Daniel crosses the line. No improvement there. Eric Neville is not yet crossed the line, but see if he can't make something up here. He's got, if I'm believing this correctly, and he's not within, or he still hasn't gone over the track limits, he might be. Oh. No off tracks yet. This might be an actual improvement for Eric Neville here. From P6. And no change. Dave Palmer, P40. And I think that was not Lars, but Lars coming across the line here. Can't go again, so maybe just getting some practice in. Same with Michael Charon. They're still out there. We got 23 seconds post. The checkered flag has gone, and this is what we got here. While they're still doing that, we're going to do a brief promo from SimMotion. Alright, I'm back. We got Chris Schitterling in P16. You know who's on the board in P1 through 15. Moving forward, we got Trevor Bonesteel in 17, Rodrigo Theory in 18, Dylan Maroney in 19, Ryan Bird in 20, Brandon Renfro 21, Eddie Layton 22, Charles Weed in 23, Rafael Santos 24, Cooper McCoy 25, Justin Scott 26, Craig Carroll 27, Terry Burks in 28, Noah Hoskinson 29, Eric Rodriguez 30, Andrew Gorstecki 31, Landon Lloyd 32, Zach Shelley in 33, Justin Noel in 34, Matthew Wyckoff 35, Michael Oceans in 36, Matthew Baldwin in 37, Battle of the Matthews. That could heat up. Kyle Howe in 38, Jeff Lubitsch in 39, Dave Palmer in 40, Steve McAllister 41, Forrest Holland 42, Scott Weber 43, Tyler Kern 44, Matt Benson in 45, Dakota Monez in 46, Chaz Mizuko in 47, Marshall Scary in 48, Brandon G. Burns in 49, Michael Charon in 50, Lars Chahus, I'm saying that one wrong, sorry there Lars, 51, Blake Patterson 52, Patrick Gannon 53, Peter Flander 54, Jason Chen 55, and Ken Poulin in 56. Of all those drivers, so a few didn't actually end up making it to the race, but that's still pretty good. 59 registered, 56 showed up. As we're about to go green. And this is a new driver lineup for the Draft Punk Racing Gold, Elliott Burton and Trey Mistack on a team this time. Peter Flanner still repping the Draft Punk Racing. He's in P54 at the moment. I'm not sure what that's about. Go ahead, and Trey Mistack gets a good lead. Now he's got to worry about Jacob Simmons along the inside line. And boom! Tyler Anderson into the wall as he makes contact with Jacob Simmons. And that is going to send him tumbling down the order and cause mayhem in the back. And that is just dripping back there. And further back we go. That is rough. It's still smooth for the drivers that got away, escaped free from that. Oh! And look at that, the safety car of safety cars. Now this is the cool thing. We do have a safety car system in hand here, folks. So that is not without its doubt. There's going to be a big checkup here as that safety car is going to bob and weave its way. Not really bob and weave, it's just going to go straight through them. The power of a simulator, folks. And because it was a lap 1 chaotic incident, we will get to see what happened as these drivers are going out of here. So we're gonna go here. Elliott Burton on the inside. Ooh, he's the one. So he gets unfortunately collected in this incident. There goes Tyler Anderson crossing the track again, and it looks like he's gonna move ahead. All other drivers are safe from that incident. Oh, but his car is broken. And Tyler Anderson even gets away from that. But look at... Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Draft Punk Racing Gold. Starting out with some bad luck. Wasn't even... And it only took... It looks like a couple more drivers are like hurt from this. Go over to Matthew Baldwin here. Ooh! And it is going bowling there, and he just gets rear-ended off of that one. Eddie Layton. That was someone who wasn't holding the brakes there, and yeah, that backed up a lot of things. But what really happened is, if I pull back, off the initial start, they get really close right about here, and boom, contact, and that sends him flying into the wall. Misses everyone except one driver of Elliott Burton, and then you're waiting for this to end. They're all stacking up, and bam! One of the drivers just goes straight in. And I believe I don't know if we're under rate. If we are in race conditions right now, somebody, is there a... Yeah, we're still under safety car conditions. What was that green Porsche? Not quite sure. Let me see if I can't find who that... We're still stacked up. And this is going to be a long one here, folks. I believe it's going to be the stack up. Matthew Baldwin's in already. I don't even see a green Porsche. People are having to get by. Fascinating. The safety car is at work here, folks. Oh, you can't forget Rafael Santos has changed cars and also waifus. Good for him. And I don't know who this green Porsche is. Now we're all stacked up here. Okay, now that we're getting through that, is Tyler Anderson, Dylan Maroney, Charles Reed, and Christopher Daniel, Eddie Layton. Is it Terry Burks here? No, it's further back. Oh. Even further back, Landon Loy, John Javecki. That's fine. Is it not? Yeah, that's. And we're still looking at drivers that are further, like. I don't know. Scott Weber, possibly? Yeah. Right, there they are. Forrest Holland. Oh, that's unfortunate. And they're still. Doesn't really quite see what's happening here. Yeah, I mean, I think he. That is still be on the safety car, folks, which is kind of nice because it gives an opportunity for the team, everyone to come back from this. If not everybody, but new front panel for Forrest Holland there. That's an unfortunate move, as he concedes positions to other drivers. Peter Flanner of the sister team Draft Punk Racing, not racing with a team right now, but look at him. He's in the pits. I think he's probably going to change something there. But that was the chaos, and that makes more sense for the safety car, because if it was just the contact between Elliott Burton, who is now sitting in plumb last, unfortunate for him. Tyler Anderson is in 46. And there will be a little bit of a shakeup. I believe some of these guys are going to have to move over from other guys based on when they were getting behind the safety car. And this might be the final, this might be the race restart here. I'm hoping it's the final, or the race restart. There will only be, I would like to see an onboard for Simmons and Anderson. I think we might still have time. Let me, Simmons and Anderson was the first one. Oh, it kind of looked like they... This would probably be better here. Oh, he moved over because he was going to... That's unfortunate. maybe there was a that everyone was going to move left for the apex. I'm not sure. That was a sure they'll be reviewed maybe at a post race. Everyone's going to talk about or go over every incident. And I'm hoping we still have 57 cars on the grid. Down from, I mean, so I guess somebody did. Oh, wait. It is in, and we're about to go back to racing, and Trey leads out perfectly ahead. The nice gap form there. Nicholas Mazza in P4. And whoa, we have a lot of drivers just battling it out there, and we went 3 wide into that. Rodrigo Theory losing out, or not losing out at all. He's up 6 positions at the start of this race, and now he's got Christopher Daniel and John Javecki ahead of him. In this go-around, they are not teammates. And they're going to go 2 wide. Eric Rodriguez and Rafael Santos, with Rafael Santos getting the better on that one and moving ahead. Not even moving ahead, he started P24 and he's still P204. That's green all around this man. But he is holding on to this. And he's comfortably 3/10 ahead of Eric Rodriguez at this moment. And Craig Carroll getting scrappy. Caffeine Global Motorsports sitting there in P22. He's up 5 positions. He's got a driver of Landon Loy right behind him in that Martini livery. And now, even further back, you have Rafael Santos looking at his inside line with Eric Rodriguez. Is he going to try to outbrake him? They're going to go 2 wide. And Eric Rodriguez gets ahead. What a move. And, you know, just like that, it's back to Rafael ahead. Battle continues for these 2 drivers as they trade places a couple times now. Not looking too sporty for the other drivers here in the top 10, as Trey Mistek has set the fastest lap, over a second faster than his rivals almost. Now is Nicholas Mazza going to go for the move? He looks to make a hint of it, but no move just yet. Dropping further back, we have Mark Foley, who's just behind Jeff Koffel and John Javecki and Christopher Daniel. Not going to make anything too... They're going to stay pretty cautious throughout this race. That much I know from these 2 drivers. Chris Chitterling right there at the back. Little Lugnuts Racing and P13. He's got Rodrigo Theory ahead of him, up 3 positions for Chris Chitterling. And you can just see that snake. Everyone's just coming together nicely. The gap is still like 3/10, 2/10, 4/10 for all these drivers. If I keep cooling down, Matthew Wyckoff is down the order. And looks like he has just been passed by Tyler Kern. And I believe that was 2 positions lost for him. And look at that. We have another driver of Jeff Lubitsch passing him, and that is the Draft Punk Racing bronze driver. His teammate is Eric Koonsman. And now he's going to have to go side by side almost with Steve McAllister. And even further back, we have Chaz Mizuko, who gets ahead of Dakota Moniz here. And Brandon Burns up 8 positions. Everybody here is hitting pretty good. All green across the board. Matthew Wyckoff is going into the pits on lap 7. What is going on for this driver? That is unfortunate. Tyler Anderson looking to make a move down the inside line here. He's down 37 positions and gets almost 2 on exit. He's going to almost come into contact with Brandon G. Burns there, but keeps it clean and goes through, cleaning up a couple spots. And look at that, there's Lars on the outside, and he's got Blake Patterson right there on the inside. Not much he can do. And that's a position loss for him. And there's another one right behind. And that is a lap driver of Elliott Burton. Whoa. What happened here? Ooh. Wait, that was even further back. Oh, Tyler Anderson, I believe, come into contact slightly with that driver. Yeah, so it looks like it. They're side by side for the outer loop there. And Rafael Santos, I guess, finally losing out on this fight, down 8/10 off of Eric Rodriguez. We also have Chris Stewart, who's it's rough. Penultimate corner, at least he's getting it back on slowly but surely. It's going to be a couple of positions lost there for Jason Chen. Going over to Austin McGill, who's 3/10 back on JD Daniel, but Eric Neville is just ahead. And we have the Pax Oceani just all over the place here in the top 10. If I had a guess here, it's Eric Neville in 5, JD in 6. We got John Javecki in 10 and Christopher Daniel in 11. I mean, who's not here amongst the Pax Oceani that haven't put themselves into the top 10 like that, or top 11, I should say. We're going to go over to Brandon Renfro, who looks like he has a run here on Chris Chitterling down turn 1, but no, doesn't make it happen just yet. Go over to Zach Shelley. McLaren versus McLaren. Tyler Kern right behind. Ooh! And Bucky's is down and misses Tyler Anderson there. And that is, I mean, I want to say like commentator intuition here. I was just rough. He sports it back on track in a very good manner. I mean, but he's got no downforce on this car now. That is going to be a rough go. As I was saying, Chris Chitterling and Rodrigo Theory are battling it out here. Up the S as they go. Is it going to go to Chris or Rodrigo Theory? Brandon Renfro was in that fight for a little bit, but now he's dropped back half a second, and Christopher Chitterling gets ahead of Rodrigo Theory for P12. You can even see it looked like these two will not battle it out. They're just gonna coach each other through this. Make sure they keep it clean. Oh, what is that? These two drivers, Scott Wetter and Peter Flanner, went side by side into the bus stop. And Peter Flanner looking to get ahead of Scott Webber. Now, one must notice the differences here. We have a pink versus orange battle on our hands, and that's a pro-am, pro/am in the pink, and a pro in the orange. Those little accents on the car show you the difference in the class that they are fighting in right now, and the overall, or in their class standings, which matters a lot. But they are going side by side through a lot of these corners here, and that is finally a move done for Peter Flanner. Good on him. He's up 11 positions since the start of this race. And Craig Carroll is going into the pits to serve as mandatory pit stop. And Landon Loy and Justin Scott getting a little scrappy in the S's, going side by side here. Landon Loy in that Martini livery. And they're going to take this into the bus stop. No, they're not. And Landon gets ahead of Justin Scott. And now he's got to worry about Eric Rodriguez right behind him. Not just yet, with Rafael Santos and Noah Hopkins getting into this battle as well. Is they going to go side by side through tow? And it looks like he's got it done in the straights, but he's got to worry about that. Ooh, oh, it almost looked like they made contact there. Justin Scott losing position, but Rafael Santos doing a switch back there, trying to go down the inside line, and gets ahead of him into turn 9 there. And more importantly, is he able to keep it ahead? No, he's not. Noah Hodgkinson looks like he's going to try to get in this fight as well. And I think it's going to go down to turn 1 for Rafael Santos here. Still no positions changed for him in P24. So he's holding his own to keep his spot. And that is Noah Hodgkinson down the inside line and gets it done. Down 1 for Rafael Santos. Further back, we have Dave Palmer here in this Porsche going to give it to Lars in P39. And there's some room to breathe here for all these drivers before it gets really racy. That could be wrong. As we have Peter Flanner joining this group. Now that is teal, or sky blue, sky blue, sky blue, and an orange and a pink coming up to these drivers. These are the kind of fights you will see often play out when things go wrong during qualifying for some of the pro drivers here. And they're going to have to find a way to pass safely and respectfully to all of these drivers. As he's going along the outside corner. Ooh, just spins it. Ah, and they are collected in that one. That's unfortunate for those drivers. And that was Eric Koonsman. That is Scott Webber. An unfortunate move. And one I did not plan on happening. I will say that. You just look for what you think looks good on the timing sheets, and you see an incident. And yikes. Okay, we're gonna go over to Alex Othen, who go into the bus stop, and that was either Chris Stewart or Nicholas Mazza, and they went side by side, and it didn't go side by side. I'm gonna just see that from the angle here, and he's gonna go. Ooh, it's not enough room was there for both drivers to make it through. As we have JD Daniel and Eric Neville in 5 and 6, still holding 5 and 6. Their sister teammates, Christopher Daniel and John Javecki, got passed by Chris Chitterling at some point. Because now he has split those drivers. As Christopher Daniel now in contention with Mark Foley. Holding brakes is no joke, I guess. Yeah, I mean, gotta hold your brakes. It's the cardinal sin. And this is McLaren versus Ford on the straight. It looks like he's just losing out a little bit of time on that straight. I don't think it's not getting closer, that's for sure. Brian Bird going to the pit lane to serve his mandatory pit stop. Now we might see a bunch of changing in the order as people are starting to do that. It is now safe to do so. Chris Chitterling might pick off another Pax Oceania driver here. He may not. Christopher Daniel going for the inside line, keeping it defensive, and stays through on exit of the bus stop. And Noah Hodgkinson, no change in the order from these drivers just yet. Justin Scott on the outside, or on the inside, I should say, and through the loop they go. Noah Hodgkinson maybe looking to take another spot here. He got it down into the boot section we go, and he's clean so far. Justin Scott offered defensive. No, he's about half a second away, but he's going to get that all back in the corner and onto the straight. Rafael Santos just slightly behind and makes the intention known, but is not going to be able to go too. Ooh. And I believe that's over for now. Ooh, Terry Burke spins, and that's Tyler Anderson who loses his front end there. Unfortunate, Terry. Whoa, that is a missing front wing there. That driver. Ooh, just kind of, yeah, spins there on the exit. That's unfortunate. And Cooper McCoy going into the pits. Service mandatory pit stop. A lot of these front ends, not strong. Not strong at all. Austin McGill in P7 now joins the fight with JD Daniel, Eric Neville, and Nicholas Mazza. A lot of close racing happening here in the top 10, top 11 even, if you want to go that far back, because Christopher Chitterling is actually top 12. Because John Javecki's still holding out with them. Oh! This is Brandon G. Burns. Making himself very safe while he re-entered the track and letting those drivers go by. That's how you do it there. I mean, being predictable after the crash. Trey Mistek goes in the pit lane to serve his pit stop. Giancarlo Minetti Schliemann stays out. Eric Neville stays out and is actually having to fight Austin McGill, who got past This isn't... Austin McGill got past JD Daniel and almost Eric Neville in about one section, now almost two, but look at that. He's now kind of blocked. And that is going to be an interesting tactic. He was able to use the S's to his advantage, stay ahead of Austin McGill, and also kind of reel in his teammate to be right there alongside. Close enough, but the Pax Oceani sister teams are working real well to keep this going, keep their momentum flowing there. That is an impressive run. As two more Pax Oceanis kind of join this fight further back slightly. Eric Neville is in the Pax Oceani Potato Pop. He leads the Pax Oceani sister teams with Matthew Baldwin further back. Had an incident. Unfortunate for him. But JD Daniel and Christopher Daniel, no relation. They're the Pax Oceani Ronnie and Clyde. And he holds P4 right now. I stepped away. What happened to Jacob Simmons? He has served his mandatory pit stop. So we're going to be seeing that from a couple drivers. Trey Mistak is just ahead of him, and he has also served his mandatory pit stop. He's in P20 at the moment. All drivers ahead of Trey Mistak have not gone into the pits just yet. Yeah. Giancarlo Minetti Schliemann's still out there, and he's going to go for the overcut here. He's going to stay out as long as possible, because he's gone on another lap from the previous lap. Same with these drivers right now. It looks like that's what they're planning on doing. Well, make no mistake, we got Jacob Simmons here and Steve McAllister, who has to serve a pit stop. Gonna get him before the bus stop, maybe into it. Lets him by. Not lets, but he got by. I won't say lets. Now, Austin McGill has been battling out up 8 positions at the start of this race, but the Pax Oceani from the start got ahead of 1. And look at that behind. That's Christopher Daniel looking to make a strong statement there on Mark Foley. I might go to the inside line, backs off of it. They are both... Ooh! He did not know that that driver was going into the pits, because he had to back off a lot, which lets Chris Chitterling here. It's 2 Chris's. It's too much. Now he has a run on Christopher Daniel. And there's Christian Julian. Who's doing this? That's too many Chris. That driver was in P44 who slowed to let these drivers by. Does Chris Chitterling have this down? And it was a possibility. Or a technical difficulty, I should say. Everything still looks good on the screen, I hope. If you're still watching. That part is known. The other stuff is going to come back in a second. But we are back to green. And, sorry folks, just a little bit of a struggle puddle there. As Trey Mistak is now, and mind you, blue flags do matter here, so they are going to let that driver's going to let him by. Jacob Simmons is in P16 at the moment, and he's going to go by. Now we have drivers that are sitting. J.D. Daniels stayed out. Giancarlo Minetti Schliemann is in the pit lane. So is Eric Neville. While that is happening, that is Trey Mistak going up the order, probably back into P1, barring a few drivers. But Giancarlo Minetti Schliemann, where is he out there on track? He's actually ahead! The overcut worked! And Giancarlo Minetti Schliemann, who was P2 at the start of this race, is now leading the race provisionally. He's still got 2 people, Charles Whedon and J.D. Daniel, who do have to pit. What an impressive run for him. Makes up for it, and Jacob Simmons now going to be in P3. Good result for the Beans. It's not going to show that way right now because a couple drivers still have to pit, and that is going to be J.D. Daniel, Charles Whedon, Oh, what happened to Eric Neville here? Ooh, he had a little bit of a moment there, and that is unfortunate, and loses out to a lot. It's unfortunate for this driver, and he's going to get one more past him, and that is, I think, Dylan Maroney there, as not Lars, but somebody else just spun going up the toe. I don't know, quite always see it that way. Brandon Renfro. It's rough. All right, Charles Whedon is in the pit lane. He's now serving his time. And now that goes to JD Daniel, who's out there in the S's. He goes to P5. He's got Austin McGill, who got ahead of him into P4. So the undercut worked for him. I say undercut. I think the pit worked out well for Jacob Simmons, who's sitting in P3. Started this race strong and is definitely going to have a good one here, as we have Trey Mistak, who now has to hunt Giancarlo Manetti Schliemann or P1, 1.4 seconds back. The difference that you're seeing on your timing boards there is a 38-second pit stop for Giancarlo Manetti Schliemann and a 41.4 for this driver. And as I said that, Jacob Simmons has spun going into turn 6. I did not mean to do anything there, folks. I didn't commentate or curse him. I didn't say any voodoo magic. You give someone praise and... Yikes. Sorry there, Jacob. So we have Christopher Daniel has Peter Flanner ahead. Now, Peter Flanner hit very, very, very early. Technically speaking, okay, he's going in. Maybe he was gonna like do some voodoo magic there. He was basically up a gaggle of positions, 42, 40, and now he has to move back respectively to probably only gaining 20 or something like that. But that's still an impressive result regardless. We'll see where he comes out on that end. While that shakeup was happening, it just really created space for a lot of these drivers who didn't pit with each other. So now there's going to be only a few drivers in packs, while the rest kind of out in no man's land, as it is. One of those drivers, Landon Loy, who's up 14 positions off the start of this race. An impressive result for him. He's got Cooper McCoy just ahead. And the non-distinct livery, Cooper McCoy is part of the Dissidents team. Tyler Anderson is his teammate. I don't know what the Dissidents really means, but they didn't select a livery for the opening race as Landon Lloyd gets into the grass there, over the curbing there. Unfortunate. Possibility we have a really good battle on our hands here, as Jason Chen and Terry Burks are pretty close. A couple tenths off difference here. Oh, and we're going to go over to Brandon Renfro. And Landon Loy, who gets ahead of Cooper McCoy. And that was quite unexpected. I saw that right at the corner of my eye. It looked like Brandon Renfro was going to have a run there on Eric Neville, the drivers ahead that we're looking at there, but that wasn't the case. It's actually Landon Loy who had that move. Now Trevor Bonesteel has Dylan Maroney ahead of him. McLaren versus Porsche. Going over to Jacob Simmons on his gyro cam, as we have a bunch of drivers. You know, it's perfectly placed that little placard there so we can't see the right side of the screen. I'll switch back, but these drivers are all, I don't know, this is a Porsche, really what it is. It's got a wide windshield there. But Mark Foley joining the fight. He was down, he's up two positions in P10. He was P9 at one point. But P10 finish for Mark Foley would be extremely well within the points there. He is in the pro class, so he's got a driver ahead of him, of Jacob Simmons. He is battling it out. The driver ahead of him, though, Chris Chitterling, is in the pro/AM class, that pink class. So they are technically not battling in the same well, they're not battling in the same category, so he gets a little squirrely there on the exit, and he's still able to keep it together there. Jacob Simmons hopefully is able to stay ahead. They are racing overall, you know, pride and everything, but in terms of the team championship, or in the driver championship, orange and pink aren't going to mix with the point system. So it's not about maximizing that for either one of these drivers. I guess we'll see whether or not that's going to be boastful as they continue this little battle. And that's Mark Foley joining down the inside line. And he's going to back out there, but he's got to worry about Mark Foley, who's got the inside line in the next corner. And, ooh, they go, oh, yikes! What was the result there? Oh, and he hit the actual wall. His car is not straight either. You hate to see it, folks. Mark Foley down into P16 now. It's like if I say a nice thing about a driver, something bad happens to them. Unfortunate. Don't forget, Jason, power rankings are based on overall finish. That's true. So if you want to move up classes, you have to beat everyone. Fair enough. That's a fair point there, Andrew. I did not think about that. Although I still briefly, barely look at the some of that stuff. Mark Foley is parking it, and now it's just losing several positions. Not parking it, but his steering is bent. He's definitely going into the pit lane, I'm sure. Yeah, he's got to fix that. And Jacob Simmons kind of lucky in that one. He got away unscathed from the contact there. As John Javecki goes to the... just pretty much... I'm not even sure what that's about. Jacob Simmons is losing positions. Oh, and he parks it. I don't think I'm going to say anything nice about anybody in this race anymore. What is happening? That is unfathomable. Maybe he did actually have some damage, residual damage from the contact. Broken steering or something. Maybe something's just completely off. You hate to see it. And Rafael Santos and Justin Scott are pretty close right now. Rafael Santos gaining 5 overall now. Wasn't P24 at one point, but there's been some retirements out there on track ahead of him. So able to get by, and that's Justin Noel there in P42. Just too far back to make a run here at Justin Scott into turn 1. Trevor Bonesteel still battling with Dylan Maroney, and interestingly enough, Rodrigo Theory and Dylan Maroney of Draft Punk Racing Silver are their teammates in their 10th and 11th. So how about that? It's Eddie Layton looking to make a move here on Cooper McCoy. We're on the final lap, so this counts. And Cooper McCoy keeps it ahead for now. We'll paddle back over to that. I think this is it here for this driver. And that is it. Going over to Jeff Koffhold, who's still holding onto a chance here. He's got Nicholas Mazza ahead of him. Is he going to be able to get anything across the line? I don't think so, but they're going to cross, and that is a finish for them. And Dylan Maroney staying ahead of Trevor Bonesteel for that spot as well. The final is coming down for it. We still got drivers further back. Charles Whedon's going to finish in P15. Cooper McCoy in 16. Eddie Layton doesn't make the comeback there for that point, so it's P17 for him. Justin Scott holding ahead of Rafael Santos. And they finish. Justin Scott stays ahead of Rafael. Eric Rodriguez in 20. Rafael 19. Chris Stewart in 21. Craig Carroll 22. Peter Flanner 23. Kyle Howe in 24. No chance of him changing that order up. That's Matthew Benson in 25. Mike Oceans in 26. Stephen Gausser 27. Jason Chen in 28. Terry Burks in 29. Jeff Lubitsch in 30 with Mark Foley behind in 31. Zach Shelley in 32. Eric Koonsman 33. Forrest Holland in 34. Dave Palmer is still out there on track and going to be in 35. And yeah, more than likely he's going to take that as everyone else has gone in. And I'm joined by Giancarlo Manetti Schliemann. Congratulations on that win. What did you do in the pits? You had almost 4 seconds on Trey Mistack.
Yeah, I think I had to just take the chance of not changing tires. I'm not sure if Trey took tires, but that was my only opportunity to actually jump him, so I went for it, and I think it paid off.
Absolutely. I think it did really pay off. I mean, also, it looked like he was staying pretty much ahead throughout the first stint, even after the race restart when the safety car went in. Were you just always planning on to do opposite of what he was trying to do on that pit strategy?
Oh no, I was trying my best just to keep up with him, to be honest. He was incredibly quick. I think we had very similar pace. He was just very quick in those first couple laps with the tires warming up where I struggled. So I was able to pull out a little bit ahead of me, and then I thankfully was able to make that time back up in the pits.
Yeah, absolutely. You not only made the time, you ended up getting about a 1.4 second gap to him and kind of consistently maintaining it, even though he was really dominating the timing charts there for a while on the first stint. I'm not sure if he was on the second stint there for himself, but he was quick, and you kept him at bay, and it worked out for you. Congratulations on that race win. I know this isn't your first race win, but it's got to feel good all the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Trey definitely had me sweating for the entire race. So it feels good to take that W.
Absolutely. I mean, congratulations. You're not repping a team, so you're just kind of out there by yourself. Are you able to talk to anybody in the chat there? Is anyone really say anything during that race day chat, or are you just kind of keeping it focused on your own thing?
Oh, everyone's just vibing, talking about all the chaos that's happening on track. It's everyone's just having some fun. needing to focus to keep up with Trey, I unfortunately stay kind of silent and just really need to keep my head down to keep that pace fast and consistent.
Absolutely. I mean, fantastic race. We didn't get to really see like a racy part of it because you guys were just trading, how quick you were on track. Great job with what you did with that overcut. It just really worked out in your favor, and you're able to keep it consistent and steady ahead. I mean, you missed all the chaos, so that's good for you. Congratulations, and can't wait to see what you do on the next race.
Yeah, appreciate it, Jason. And thanks for, as always, doing the commentary. It's always great to hear back afterwards.
Absolutely, and I hope you have a good evening.
Thank you, you too.
And with that said, I think that's it. Um, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna say that one's we got the race leader. Trey Mistack and Austin McGill are not with us. There's two other drivers that could possibly pop in or not. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's gonna be it for us for now. And oh, I got Austin McGill here. Oh, I don't have him. All right, Austin McGill. Congratulations on P3.
Thank you, thank you. That was very fun.
Yeah, what a fantastic race. You were really racing everybody fairly well. You missed that action that happened on the first lap there. Did you have any indication, situational awareness, that something was happening there?
Honestly, not really. Just I saw the guys in front of me start to go, so um, I tried to keep up, and I just saw a bunch of smoke and a car sliding across the track. So, um,
You had a lot
obviously,
of. Hmm?
I'm trying to take myself out or take anybody else out, but I also kind of used it as a good opportunity to make up some spots. So
Yeah,
it
I
was good.
mean, not only some spots, that was a fantastic race for you overall. I mean, you ended up getting 8 positions gained. You battled through the Pax Oceani guys a bit. You had Trey Mistack, not Trey Mistack, but Jacob Simmons in your sights at one point. He was battling out another driver. And they were ahead, but I mean, also just great result for having missed all the carnage there and just kept it consistent.
Yeah, I had a very good fight with Eric Neville and JD Daniel. That was
Absolutely, we saw some of that.
very competitive, very clean.
You flashed your lights at Eric Neville when he kind of closed the door there through the S's and onto the straight. It was towards the latter parts of the race there, but it almost seemed like he had just good placement with what he was doing, and really had you boxed in before you guys got to that straight.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Obviously, heat of the moment was a little frustrated because I feel like I could have deserved a bit of space, but it's just hard racing, so I've nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely, it was hard racing. It was great that you guys were very respectful to each other as well. I mean, being able to get that close and nothing, untoward happened there. It was fantastic. It was probably the closest we got without contact, and it was really well done. I think the way that they kind of positioned themselves in that race really worked out. But then ultimately, you got ahead of Eric. You got a good spot gain because of an incident that occurred from other drivers. I mean, that's kind of what happens. Really consistent. I mean, we can see your oval experience really lends itself well to a road course.
Yeah.
And yeah, congratulations on that championship. We never had a stream of that, but Austin McGill, the oval championship winner, doing really well in this, taking up P3. Can't wait to see what you do on the next one. And great job for a mixed nationality race team. Your guys' team name. So very well documented there.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
All right, see you, Austin.
See ya.
All right, everybody. I don't think Trey Missack's going to join me here for the P2 interview, but thanks for joining me. We might have a special guest streaming next Sunday's race for race 2 at Sebring. Might not. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it, but I will be back on race 3 in 2 weeks on that Sunday. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.